Hello, everyone. It's good to see you today. I'm the Reverend Carol Bedeau, and I am privileged to serve Westside UU as minister. It's been a rough year, folks, and today I'm coming to you with a message that I hope will just help lift your spirits a little bit or encourage you in challenging times. We've been facing all kinds of national and global challenges, not just a pandemic, but also injustice becoming clear in our world, protesting, rioting, political division, turmoil. It's a very difficult time. And then personally, for many of us, there are much bigger challenges personally than we often experience. For many of us, COVID has caused economic challenges or stresses. We've also faced the challenges of people we love being sick, perhaps, or even if people we love are not sick with COVID, the difficulty of being with people, connecting with people, and caring for people in the midst of a pandemic. There's a lot going on, and it can feel like a little bit of a dark time, especially since we are, in fact, facing the darker time of the year. Last week, here at Westside, we lost one of our most beloved members and congregants, Sue Draper. Now, Sue had held more positions of importance at Westside than I can possibly name because many of them actually preceded my time here at Westside. But I don't really need to list the things Sue did because the truth is that what mattered about her was who she was. Sue was someone that represented the best of Westside. She was enthusiastic, practical, straightforward, unflinchingly dedicated and committed to this community. And she was always cheerful. She always found something positive to say about anything that was going on. I can hear her voice in my head saying, "Well, that's all right." She is one of the many great losses we've had this year at Westside. We lost a couple other important members that were deeply loved earlier this year, Mary Donovan and Bill Calhoun. And it's hard. It's hard. It's hard to lose people. It's even harder when we can't really gather to be together. Now, I understand that things change. I know we all know that. Things change. We say, oh, things will change, but it's different when it's happening to our own lives. Sue, incredibly practical as she was, talked with me actually about that very thing only a few months ago. She was updating her last wishes and she talked about protecting her daughters from having to struggle at a time of great change like this. Even if we know change is inevitable, even if we know we can't control the outcome of everything that affects us, even if we do everything we can to make it easier for those around us that we love, there's still a lot of challenge and pain in it. And right now, there's an awful lot of change and uncertainty in our world. I find that one of the things that's most important for me in times of change is being together. And it's hard not to be together, to not sit at potlucks and share our sometimes widely divergent views about things. It's difficult when we can't be physically one, given our very different lives or things that we believe or priorities and goals. The joke in Unitarian Universalism is that coffee hour is our form of communion. And well, actually, communion is really important, especially in times like these. Communion means coming together. It means being with one another in a way that is deeply connected. Community is sacred. Now, someday we will be together again in community, but things will have changed. People we love will be gone, and the ways we gather may be different. So, what helps me in a time like this, as the days grow shorter and we know that it's getting a little darker, as we face uncertainty in our world, and as we grapple with losses in our lives, we can remember to never take our community for granted. Whether your community is one close friend or your family or your church or a cause and the other people that you know share that cause with you or a book group, whatever it is, let us not take our communities for granted. Let us treasure every single moment we have to connect with one another in any way possible so that we can remember there are incredible gifts we've already received from those communities, gifts we have given, and the possibility of that happening again. Communion loosely means together as one. And we may be separate right now in body. We may even be separate in the ways we're approaching our current situations or what we believe about the world. But we can remember to hold sacred the ways that we are one, the ways that we can be together in heart and spirit. And I hope that that feeling of community can hold you in these times of uncertainty and change, and perhaps be a light in the darkening of the days, the cooling of the weather, and this settling into a quiet time that fall brings. May you find peace, light, joy, and hope in the heart of community. May it be so.